You just booked your first session and you may be wondering what we will do during our first hypnotherapy. Hi, I'm Mike, your hypnotherapist, and many thanks for your booking with me. So in the first part of this video, I will give you a brief overview what we will do before and during our first meeting. In the second part of the video, you will learn more about our mind, how our mind is working, and this will be the fundament of the third part of the video, where we deep dive into the techniques of the hypnotherapy itself. So let's jump into the first part. Already before our first meeting, I will send you an email where you get some URLs so that you get some links that you can already fill out the customer data sheet in advance. And depends on the topic, you also get further questions that I can do for myself, a great overview about your topic and about you from your personal aspect. So when you book an online meeting, so I will send you as well the online link that we can meet each other in a Zoom meeting, in a video conference, and the payment instruction as well. On the day of the hypnotherapy, we do a pre-talk where we deep dive into your topic, and I also answering your questions if there are any left. And then we just start right with the hypnotherapy itself, and more about that in the third part. And after the hypnotherapy, we do a debriefing and define the further steps. So that was already all the things with the brief overview what I want to give you, and we can come now to the second part of the video, how our mind is working. You can imagine that our mind is like an iceberg. You get the top on the iceberg, which is our conscious mind, and you get a big massive part of an iceberg, which is our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind takes around 5% of our personality, while the subconscious mind is taking 95% share. So let's start with the conscious mind, with the small thing, but which is present in our daily life. So in our conscious mind, you get the logical thinking. And the logical thinking, you know, as example, when you want to quit smoking, you know that is unhealthy. When you want to do some weight regulation, you know that eating food with too much sugar, drinking Red Bull and stuff like that is not really helpful for your health and for your weight regulation. As well, when you want to change something in your personality, or when you have excessive fears, your logical thinking knows that there's no reason to have fear, or whatever it is with your personal development that is really helpful for you. And that's why your logical thinking is in your conscious mind. It's just a weak part, the massive part which regulates you, which leads you to an autopilot will come in the subconscious mind. That's the small part of logical thinking. What you have in the conscious mind as well is the willing power. The willing power can be really helpful, and you maybe know as well people who just quit smoking with sheer willing power, who can long-term hold their weight with sheer willing power, or just release fears, whatever it is. So willing power can be really, really helpful. And I want to tell you, you can do it with willing power as well. So, but when you already had some trials with, let's say, quit smoking, you already had 2-3 trials, and you see, okay, it's just a part of my personality where the willing power is too less. So then the hypnosis can be really helpful. And the reason why we work with hypnosis is that you can get access by yourself to your subconscious mind. So to this big massive part below the seawater level. And with the hypnosis, you get in this focused relaxation access to all these things what we come as next. So the first part, what we look closer to in your subconscious mind, is the long-term memory. The long-term memory is like a big data storage in you. So it records everything what you ever felt, smelled, heard, and seen. And it's like even these things, what you can't recall with your conscious mind again, is stored there. And this is sometimes the reason why you have maybe negative beliefs, negative emotions, because they are stored in there, because you learned it once in your lifetime. And it already starts to recording before you're in this world. So let's say it already starts recording when you are still in the womb of your mother. So, and it really can be shown up during the hypnotherapy that you get some negative emotions or just like memories which popping up during the hypnotherapy where you say, something happened there. Sometimes you can relate it with what your mother was telling you. Sometimes you don't know from where these emotions comes from. And of course, everything what you experienced then when you was in this lifetime is stored in this data storage. So the next part is the self-protection, which is a really, really important part of yourself. You can't survive without it. So your self-protection is very, very helpful. And in the very most cases, it really protects your life. But in some cases, when you made bad experiences in your lifetime or just get the wrong influences, so then it can be that you react in a way that you don't want to. And your self-protection is popping up and saying, you have to be careful when you want to jump into an airplane. You have to eat this cake, as an example, or you have to smoke. You will not survive if you don't smoke. And all these things, what these beliefs and emotions are coming up. So it's like a play, like a game between your long-term memory and your self-protections. So you just want to really, really protect yourself, even if it's not necessary in that case. And I already mentioned it, we get the emotions, which is as well in your subconscious mind. So when the self-protection is telling you, you have to be afraid now, you have to eat this, you have to smoke that, you have to act in a kind of way what you don't want to do it anymore, like nervous tics, biting fingernails is also an example, restless leg, that when you're starting getting nervous. So there are all emotions on the back, one part. And these emotions are very helpful as well. It can protect you, but it can also not that helpful in some kind of cases. The next part, the habits, that's the second part, which is related with the emotions. Your subconscious mind is really lazy, let's call it lazy. If it can do some automation into a process, it will do it. So you have to repeat it a couple of times, you have to think the same things, and your subconscious mind is telling, okay, we are done with this, why should I do all the time this effort to rethink about it? Let's just put in autopilot in it. Autopilot as well, very helpful. So you don't have to think about it every day, how you have to tie your shoes, example, or what you have to do to come to your working place, whatever it is. There are so many habits. What is just rolling on. You don't have to think about it anymore. It's just doing it without thinking about it. But here as well. So when you get these bad habits as smoking. When I used to smoke some cigarettes, I was asking myself, did I really was in mood to smoke, or was it just like a habit? Because in this certain case, I go all the time for having a smoke. So and that was sometimes a little bit annoying. So why do I smoke this cigarette when I don't need it? Even with the food as well. Sometimes you just get into a situation where you're saying, it was just like a short tick. Oh yeah, I have to eat this now. But afterwards you're asking yourself, so why exactly did I eat that? Fears as well. So why did I have fear holding a presentation as example? All these things are habits, and as more as you do this experience, even the bad ones. So with the bad beliefs, with the bad emotions, it gives an habit, and it's quite not that easy for the first moment to release these habits. So when now asking yourself maybe, so you get your conscious mind, you get your willing power, you get these emotions, habits, long-term memories, self-protection. And why can't you by yourself just talk to your long-term memory and release it? And there comes the last part of our elements of the mind into the role, into the play. And this is like a guard or a firewall, call it however you want to. So this guard lies between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And this is the part which you can say is guarding your subconscious mind from every useless things what it needs. So the guard is telling, just when you come with new ideas, logical thinking, willing power, let's stop smoking. And you come, yeah, let's stop smoking. You have to go to this guard and tell him, we stop smoking. This guard will go to the subconscious mind and telling, hey, this guy wants to stop smoking. And the subconscious mind is then telling, oh no, we have to protect ourselves. And for me, it's the subconscious mind like a little diva. It has his focus or her focus, and which is good in the most cases as well. And it doesn't want too much changement into the daily life. So, and it's pretty hard to say that the diva has to shift something. Mostly she don't. So, and the reason now why we jump in to the hypnosis therapy will be just now the third part of the video. In the focused relaxation of hypnosis, you put your guard on the side, and together with your conscious mind, it gets into an observer role. So that means you know all the time what you are saying and what you are doing. This is some part of the hypnosis which gives a bad taste when you watch a show hypnosis. So in a really rare cases, this is a really rare. I get some customers in here which think I take the power about them and I can change their mind just with my power which I have, which I don't have. So I'm using techniques, I have the tools, and you have the mind. And the one of the most important thing is that you get 100% motivation to release your issue. If you don't have the motivation, if you say, I don't want to, just do it like a pill is doing it, I can't do nothing with hypnosis. So 100% motivation on your side is the most important thing. So while the guard and the conscious mind is in the observer role, you by yourself get access to your long-term memory and therefore as well access to your emotions, habits, self-protection. When we are watching now to your issue, what you have, we take the emotions, we take the habits, the bad beliefs which are lead behind it, and we go with them back in time to see when it got developed. So we go back into your childhood, very, very young childhood as well, if the issue is there, which you cannot go with your conscious mind. So your long-term memory starts very, very early, already in the womb of your mother. And we are just grabbing the root of your issue. And we change there the bad emotions, bad habits to a positive one. And with this positive emotion, habit, beliefs, we can work forward through your whole life, childhood first, and we come closer and closer to your current age. And afterwards, we're looking forward to see what happened now in your mind if you think on this specific situation, what you were coming from to resolve it, to clear it. And if this one is done, so the hypnotherapy as well is done. And when you say now, well, my childhood wasn't that good and I don't want to dig in it all the session long, so I'm using other techniques which also based on your subconscious mind. We are working all the time with your subconscious mind, because for me it's the only logical thing that I want to grab out the root and not just do some massage for your mind. And I'm using then techniques with metaphors, which are quite the same powerful techniques, but more soft. So it really depends on your childhood. So don't get afraid when you're here and even if you say, hey, this is a situation, Mike, I remember to that, but I don't want to talk about it. If you have something with that, I'm completely fine with it. Just tell me that you have something in your, when memories are popping up, pictures, situation, just tell me this is something, but this is too private. I don't want to talk about it. I'm using another techniques. I'm completely fine with it. Just for letting you know. So, and as I said, even here, so the goal of our hypnotherapy is that you get a positive emotions, that you can go with a positive feeling, with positive habits which are helpful for you and not make you small, whatever it is, that you can go with positive emotions out into the daily life again. So the summary of the third part is that you get during the hypnosis directly access to your subconscious mind, which is the long-term memory. You can have a look there where your bad emotions, habits, negative beliefs were developed from, and therefore we can change it by go back in time using metaphors. And the very, very most important thing is that you're to 100% motivated to release your issue by yourself with my support. So together we get the chance that you can jump into our life with positive emotions, positive beliefs, positive habits. So that was it from my side. If you have any questions, take it with you on your first meeting. If there are questions what you say, I want to know more about it before the first session, just contact me. So many thanks for watching this, and I'm looking forward to our first meeting. Bye.